Hello, blah blah blasters. Welcome to a new video of this special series that I am doing revealing all the secrets behind the production of RuPaul's Drag Race. Today we're going to talk about the third season. So let's start with all the juicy information right now.
By the time the third season of RuPaul's Drag Race premiered in early 2011, the show was ready for reinvention. What had started as a scrappy queer competition with Vaseline-filtered lenses was now shedding its underground feel. In many ways, Season 3 was a rebirth, of format, of fandom, and of RuPaul herself. This was the real Season 1, Michelle Visage would later joke, and perhaps, in spirit, she wasn't wrong. A show reinvented. New judges, new format, new drama. The season was ushered in with a game-changing shift. Michelle Visage, longtime friend of RuPaul, replaced Merle Ginsburg on the judges' panel. Their connection ran deep, dating back to the 1980s New York club scene. When they reunited in 1992 during a music seminar in Times Square, Ru had already exploded with Supermodel, You Better Work, and Michelle was performing on The Bodyguard soundtrack. In the green room, Michelle reminded Ru of their past. His reply was instant. "Bitch, of course I know who you are. You're a motherfucking superstar." The bond translated seamlessly on screen. "Now the show can begin," Ru told her when she sat next to him for the first time on the panel. From the start, Michelle brought a level of authenticity few could replicate. "I live the life, I walk the walk, I talk the talk. This is not just Ru's friend sitting there," she explained. "I would not be sitting there if I did not know what I was talking about." Her presence gave the show a sharp-tongued credibility that aligned perfectly with the world of drag. Producer Tom Campbell agreed, "Michelle Visage is someone who has something to say about everything, and she delivers it with such authority." Season 3's cast was a bold blend of club kids, pageant girls, and rising legends. Among them, returning Queen Shangela, Puerto Rican powerhouses Alexis Mateo and Yara Sofia, avant-garde Darling Raja, New York nightlife, Queen Manila Luzon, and bold personalities like Mimi Imfurst, Carmen Carrera, India Ferra, and Delta Work. But even before the season aired, disaster struck. Celebrity blogger Perez Hilton leaked the entire cast list and declared Raja the winner, months ahead of the finale. "It pissed us all off," confessed Randy Barbato, co-creator of Drag Race. "It's like the FBI at World of Wonder, but some things still leak." RuPaul was furious. "I think it's just rotten. I was so angry about it. One morning, in between sleep and waking, I thought, we'll shoot 3 different endings. That'll fix those motherfuckers." Thus began the tradition of filming multiple finale outcomes to prevent spoilers, forever changing the show's trajectory. "Now queens learn who won the night the episode airs," added Tom Campbell. Raja herself was conflicted. "There was a part of me that was really pissed off because I wanted people to see it, but it all added to the press and the sensation of it." Back in the box, Shangela Returns, the premiere served drama from the first second. The queens entered the workroom one by one, only to be interrupted by a giant gift box. Out popped Shangela, returning after being the first eliminated queen of Season 2. "It was hot and sweaty in that box," she recalled. "Miss Ru took about 14 takes before she did the keyword. I was dying in there." Her reappearance wasn't welcomed by all. "Oh, Bo! Shangela is here! Send her back!" joked Alexis Mateo. But Raja, who had previously lent Shangela a wig and a dress for her Season 2 reunion appearance, wasn't laughing. She returned them ruined. Food stains, the wig was a mess. When she popped out of the box, there was tension. I was like, okay, we have issues, let's make this theater. A show on pause. The fight that shut down production Season 3 wasn't just full of catchphrases like hallelujah and echa palante, it was packed with real-world tension. During Untucked, following a space movie challenge, a spat between Mimi Imfurst and Shangela escalated beyond banter. "We cracked the absolute open," remembered Mariah Paris Balenciaga. "It started off playful, then it really got serious." The argument got so loud it disrupted the main stage deliberation. "They stopped filming on set because they could hear the melee," Mariah said. Production was paused for 3 weeks. When the queens returned, they found thoughtful gifts from Ru, ceramic containers adorned with dolls. Raja still keeps hers. It has a 10-year-old tic-tac in it. The orange turned black. I keep it on an altar at home. Upon their return, Shangela and Mimi apologized. We both realized that moment had probably gone a little farther than either of us wanted to, said Shangela. Raja looked back fondly. I love that. I wish there was more of it. I like that tension. Heathers versus Boogers, a clique. War for the ages. When the queens returned from the production hiatus, the drama only intensified. What had started as light teasing morphed into an all-out social divide. The Heathers versus the Boogers. The terms lifted from the 1989 cult film Heathers were first used jokingly by Raja, Delta Work, Manila Luzon, and Carmen Carrera to describe themselves as the glam-polished queens. But it snowballed into a reality TV plot twist. There was a high school vibe, admitted Manila. We were like, shit, are we the pretty popular girls shitting on the girls that don't have pretty clothes or wigs? As Delta, Raja, and Manila joked in the workroom, producers picked up on it. We only planned on doing it for one episode, Manila continued. But then the producers were like, so what's going on with this Heather thing? And we just went with it. Carmen Carrera took it seriously, allegedly telling Yara Sofia she could become a Heather if she stopped talking to the others. What the fuck is this? Yara responded. I don't want to be in any group. The other queens weren't even sure what a booger meant. Alexis Mateo, whose English was still evolving, said, I thought Carmen had the worst sinusitis ever because she was always talking about boogers. Shangela didn't get it either. Even to this day, I've never seen Heather's. Nobody ever said it to my face, but watching it back, it was difficult. Michelle Visage was also caught off guard. That stuff never sits well with me. I don't like cliques. That was like Mean Girls. But producers didn't intervene. If this set of queens and that set of queens want to set up rival girl gangs to go at it in the workroom, who's to stop them? Said director Chris McKim. It's a free world, the Lipsync Herd. Around the workroom as the season progressed, tensions gave way to some of Drag Race's most memorable lip syncs. First came the now infamous drag is not a contact sport moment, when Mimi Imfirst lifted India Farah off the ground mid-performance. RuPaul stopped the music and issued the warning before asking Mimi to sashay away. Then came the battle between Delta Work and her close friend Manila Luzon to Donna Summer's MacArthur Park. It was in my mind at the time, Manila said. I had this big, beautiful dress and I was going to use it to make the performance work. Michelle Visage still remembers it vividly. That face, the insanity of it all is what got me. Delta couldn't match the energy. It was emotional, said Alexis Mateo, who had recently sent home her own friend Stacey Lane Matthews. The whole number felt like a Broadway show. It was a story about friendship and it was sad and powerful. Breakdown on the main stage. The most heart-wrenching moment came during the Top 4 challenge, when queens had to create 3 looks, swimsuit, cocktail, and evening gown, using 1 million Ru dollars, and perform choreography to La Toya. Jackson's Just Wanna Dance, Yara Sofia was cracking. I was rushing to glue dollar bills on my dress to finish. Everyone was saying I was making them look bad because I was done. The workload was overwhelming. Raja, a sewing pro, remembered. I threw a tantrum. I said, wouldn't you prefer to see us in wonderful-looking costumes instead of pissed and looking like trash? Even Alexis Mateo, the group's choreographer, hit a wall. I was so mentally exhausted, I was questioning if I wanted to continue the competition or go home. They were allowed to take materials back to the hotel to finish, but it was too late for Yara. I was pissed. I could not redo the money dress because it was already glued and I had run out of dollars. I was bored because everyone else was busy and I was done. When she landed in the bottom against her close friend Alexis, everything unraveled. I was crying so hard that they stopped filming because La Toya Jackson was bawling. She was bawling. Alexis tried to help. I stopped lip-syncing to ask if she was okay. This was a lip-sync against a real sister. Yara pulled off her wig, a Drag Race cardinal sin. I never break the illusion, she said. But at that point I was done. I knew I was going home, I even wished for it. Mariah Paris Balenciaga, watching from a viewing party, had to leave the room. It was heartbreaking. Even as they were making fun of her accent, she helped Raja and Carmen. Check on your strong friends. Michelle Visage was also devastated. I went and talked to her after. She was just getting stronger and stronger. I don't understand it because if that were me, I would never give up. The coronation of a queen. After the tearful elimination, only Raja, Manila Luzon, and Alexis Mateo remained. Alexis was eliminated after a music video performance for RuPaul's Champion, leaving Raja and Manila to lip-sync for the crown. From the beginning, Raja stood out. Raja blew Ru away, blew everyone away, said Tom Campbell. She brought a level of sophistication and humor. Michelle Visage agreed. She was untraditional. It was more fashion and less drag. She was very edgy. Raja herself, never. Thought she'd win. I thought my ideas were probably too gender fuck. I relate to being non-binary, and that's how I treated drag. But her design skills were undeniable. Give me a hot glue gun, rhinestones, good scissors, a sewing machine, and I will create things, Raja said. That's one of the reasons. I won. When her name was called on the main stage, it marked the last time a winner would be crowned live on set. My ugly cry and my genuine reaction was one of the realest I've ever seen myself in, Raja said. To look back at it, I feel every emotion the same way. Legacy and reflection. Looking back, many cast members agree Season 3 was a turning point. It's something you would never see on Drag Race now, Raja reflected, but we have to forgive each other for those times. It might have been funny then, but it's not funny now, Shangela added. By today's standards, we were very irresponsible with the things we said. But that's what reality TV was at the time. We all have to grow. Joey Nolfi, senior writer at Entertainment Weekly, summed up its impact. You don't get Yara Sofia on Survivor. You don't get Manila Luzon on American Idol. This show opened up my eyes to an entirely different community. Raja was a game changer, said Randy Barbato. She embodied sophisticated fashion and didn't edit herself. And if they don't win the trophy, they win a deep connection with the audience. As for Manila, I was disappointed I didn't win, but of all the queens, Raja inspired me to push harder. She deserved it. Season 3 didn't just crown a winner, it established a dynasty.
And now that you know all this juicy information, I invite you to keep an eye on my channel because I will be bringing you more information soon. Goodbye!